Have you ever noticed someone pull away right when things were going well? No fight, no warning, just distance. And you sat there replaying every word you said, wondering what you did wrong. Maybe you didn't do anything wrong. Maybe they were testing you, and you didn't even know the test had started. Think about the last time someone got quiet with you for no clear reason. Maybe a friend stopped replying as fast. Maybe a partner brought up a small complaint out of nowhere. Maybe a coworker asked you a question that felt oddly loaded. In the moment, it feels random, but your nervous system picks up on it before your mind does. You get that tight feeling in your chest. You start over-explaining. You start performing warmth instead of just feeling it. This is what it looks like when you're being quietly evaluated and you don't know the rules of the exam. Here's what makes it worse. If you grew up needing to earn safety through being agreeable, being useful, being easy, this moment doesn't just feel confusing, it feels like danger. Your self-talk shifts. Did I say too much? Did I care too fast? Am I too much right now? You start shrinking just slightly to make yourself less risky to reject. And the tragic part is, this shrinking is often what makes people trust you less, not more. Because on some level, people can feel when you're performing versus when you're real. So why does this keep happening? Why do people test before they trust? Here's the part that might surprise you. This isn't cruelty. It isn't a game people are playing to hurt you. It's a survival mechanism, one that lives in almost every human brain, including yours. You are not broken for reacting to it, and they are not broken for doing it. Testing is simply what happens when a nervous system is trying to answer one question before it lowers its guard. Is this person safe to depend on? Humans are not wired to trust based on words. We're wired to trust based on consistency under pressure. Your brain and everyone else's runs a background process called threat appraisal. Before connection, before intimacy, before vulnerability, the brain asks a much older question first. If I open up here, will it cost me? This isn't logic, it's evolution. For most of human history, misjudging who to trust could mean losing resources, safety, even survival. So the brain built a shortcut. Don't trust declarations, trust patterns. Someone can say, "I've got you," but the brain doesn't file that as data. It waits to see what happens when things get slightly inconvenient. That's the test, not a trick, a calibration. Let's slow down and look at the actual mechanism. Picture trust like a scale, not a switch. It doesn't flip on, it tips slowly with each small moment of proof. Psychologists call this process thin slicing, the brain forming a judgment from small samples of behavior instead of waiting for the full picture. You've done this too. You've judged a stranger's character in the first 10 seconds of a conversation before they even finished a sentence. That's not a personality flaw. That's your amygdala doing its ancient job, pattern matching for safety, fast. Here's the mental model that makes this click. Trust is not built through comfort, it's built through friction. Anyone can be kind when nothing is being asked of them. The brain doesn't calibrate off ease. It calibrates off what happens when there's a cost. So when someone tests you, pulls back slightly, brings up a complaint, goes quiet, they're often unconsciously asking, will you still be steady if this isn't easy? Will you still show up if I'm not agreeable right now? Will you disappear the moment I stop performing? This is why the people who chase the hardest during a test often fail it. Chasing signals, I need your approval to feel okay. And a nervous system, even an unconscious one, reads that as instability, not love. So what actually earns trust? Step 1. Notice the test without reacting to the fear underneath it. What to do? When someone suddenly pulls back or gets distant, pause before responding. Don't chase. Don't over-apologize. Why it works? This interrupts your amygdala's fear loop, giving your prefrontal cortex, the rational, grounded part of your brain, time to catch up. Example: a friend takes 2 days to text back instead of 2 hours. Instead of sending 3 follow-up messages, you simply wait and go about your day. Step 2. Respond with steadiness, not proof. What to do? Instead of explaining yourself excessively, respond simply and calmly without over-justifying your intentions. Why it works? Over-explaining signals anxious attachment activation, a state where the brain is trying to secure safety through control. Calm responses signal internal regulation, which the other person's nervous system unconsciously reads as safety. Example: someone questions why you were so quiet at dinner. Instead of a long defense, you say, "I was just tired, nothing deeper than that," and let it rest. Step 3. Let consistency speak instead of intensity. What to do? Show up the same way on your good days and your average days. Not more intense when you feel anxious, not more distant when you feel secure. Why it works? The brain trusts predictability more than passion. Neurologically, unpredictable warmth activates the same threat circuits as unpredictable coldness. Both keep the nervous system on alert. Example: you text at a normal pace, even on days you feel especially fond of someone, instead of suddenly flooding them with affection. Step 4. Stop trying to prove your worth and start observing theirs. What to do? Notice how the other person treats you under mild inconvenience. Are they respectful or dismissive? Why it works? This shifts your brain out of appraisal-seeking mode, needing external validation, into appraisal-giving mode, assessing compatibility, which lowers anxiety and restores your sense of agency. Example: instead of asking, "Do they still like me?" you start asking, "Do I like how they're treating me right now?" Step 5. Let go of people who require performance instead of presence. What to do? If someone only seems satisfied when you're impressive, agreeable, or emotionally available on demand, recognize that as incompatibility, not a personal failure. Why it works? Chronic performance activates cortisol response systems associated with prolonged stress. Safe connection should lower this activation over time, not raise it. Example: you realize a friendship only feels good when you're accommodating and uncomfortable the moment you have needs of your own, and you let that relationship recalibrate or fade. Here's the model to keep with you. People aren't testing your worth, they're testing your consistency. Trust isn't earned in the peaceful moments, it's earned in the small frictions, the pause before a reply, the moment your patience is inconvenienced, the instant you're allowed to just be normal instead of impressive. You don't need to pass every test by performing perfectly. You need to pass it by not performing at all. Because the version of you that shows up the same, whether you're anxious or calm, chased or ignored, that is the version the nervous system finally exhales around. That is the version people trust. So, the next time someone gets quiet, gets distant, gets a little harder to reach, don't rush to fix it. Don't shrink. Don't chase. Just stay who you were 5 minutes before they pulled away. Because trust was never asking you to be perfect. It was only ever asking you to be the same.